Hello, my name is Fred Baerenz, and I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of AOG Wealth Management. Remember just a few short months ago, many experts were prognosticating a weakening U.S. and worldwide economic environment. They frequently cited the inversion of the yield curves for the 2 and 10-year treasuries. Another way to think about this is to consider interest rates for certificates of deposit. Usually, the longer the term of the certificate of deposit, the higher the interest rate. If you plotted CD interest rates versus time, it would indicate a smooth, upward sloping curve. If for some reason shorter duration CDs actually offered a higher interest rate, that curve would said to be inverted. Over the last month, many analysts have been falling all over each other while racing to tout encouraging economic news. Why were so many experts wrong just 3 months ago? And how should investors weigh similar glass half empty forecasts in the future? First of all, what were the base indications just 3 months ago? It is true that an inverted yield curve has been one of the most accurate forecasting tools for decades in predicting recession and subsequent public stock market corrections, usually 6 to 18 months before they occur. It has literally been the canary in the coal mine, warning of bad news just around the corner. The logic's pretty basic. The Federal Reserve controls short-term interest rates, while longer-term rates are primarily controlled by market-based forces. Hence, if the Federal Reserve is more concerned about inflation, they will raise short-term interest rates to tighten lending and try and slow the economy to forestall unhealthy inflation, usually more than 3% increases year over year. On the other side, if the Federal Reserve fears that the economy is slowing, they will reduce short-term interest rates in an attempt to make it easier for businesses and consumers to borrow and hopefully spend money, which will boost the economy. In 2019, the Fed, fearing a slowing economy, or fearing that they had boosted interest rates too aggressively in 2018, lowered short-term rates in July, September, and October. Because long-term rates did not immediately follow, this caused short-term rates to invert or be a little bit higher than long-term rates for a few days in October. What information should these experts have considered to avoid being fooled? On chart 1 below, the inversion only lasted a few days. When an inverted yield curve has been predictive of a slowing economy and market corrections in the past, the inversion was far more pronounced and over a longer period of time. Chart 2 shows a very low rate of jobless claims and a very healthy labor force participation rate. In previous recessions and corrections, both of these measurements were moving in unhealthy directions. Chart 3 shows both consumer confidence and small business confidence in very healthy territory. So the next time you hear experts forecasting doom and gloom because of an inverted yield curve, check these other economic measurements. If they aren't moving in an unhealthy direction, give the yield curve an opportunity to adjust. As we learned in Little League Baseball, don't swing at a curveball in the dirt.